What's up guys, doing Dux here. Welcome to the new week of the YouTube video lessons. And today I'm going to talk about my weekly performance and some of the trading habits that a lot of people are really confused about. Something a little bit, I'm going to talk about a little bit details about bounce short, how to really use the volume prediction to be able to avoid mistakes. Let's start with MVLN. So this ticker was trading yesterday and a lot of people are shorting it, but the way you can go long or short, it's really unpredictable in my opinion, because first green day, if you took a look at the long-term chart, there's no resistance whatsoever. So the stock actually spiked to 5, 6, 7. If you're not really prepared for flow rotations, and it turns out it dumped in the afternoon, and a lot of people are shorting it at 2:30. But for me, I used to short those kind of plays, but they're 50-50. So either it dump in the afternoon or they squeeze in after hour. So it's really difficult because when you are trading all those bad habits, it will create more emotional entries, because once you fail and you want to make your money back, then you start over trading and you start making more mistakes. So the most important thing about trading is you want to try to fail less. So you want to make you less emotional and make less mistakes. Because yes, there's profits. I'd rather miss it than give myself a bad habit. So for today, yesterday volume becomes more reliable for predicting today's move. So let's say a lot of people are stuck going long in the 190, so you use that level to be able to short into, and it turns out it act really weird and it chopped around through the whole day. One of the factors is about volume. So if the volume start increasing and start hitting really close to the yesterday volume, then today's can really act as a squeeze or get chopped around, and a lot of people start fighting the stock. Either they got squeezed again and the stock goes a panic, they chase, squeeze, panic, and they chase again. So all those small losses will add up, and at the end of the day you will realize you made so many small mistakes, and all those small mistakes adds up, it turns out to be a big loss. So that's why when I failed to short a stock and the stock goes against me, I will often ask myself, where did I do wrong, and why is the stock behaving weird? Then I jump into a conclusion. So in this case, the stock's supposed to be under 1.8 area because it's the most consoliding level to short into. But it turns out it broke the 1.8. So now think about this way: because people are shorting it, and here is a pullback. So a lot of people didn't get out. Because they didn't get out, and when the stock pulls back, they would like to cover to make it even. That's why stock becomes choppy. And when it gets choppy, and a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers, then it becomes crowded. Once it gets crowded, and it becomes unpredictable. So there's a series of chain reaction involved in MVLN. So number one thing, when volume start getting close to yesterday volume, don't short it. It's going to get choppy, and don't overtrade if the stock did not behave what you're expecting. So don't trade it twice. If you've made a mistake, move on to the next. There's always better play in the future. No need to get stuck in one stocks. You go in with odds and you didn't go to your way, you move on to the next, and you just keep executing. And when you made mistakes, you hide your risk level and you take a small loss and you just ignore throughout the whole day. I think that's a better way to avoid overtrading, because a lot of people tend to get married on one ticker. Another thing I want to talk about is parabolic short. So one of the key lessons about parabolic short is stock has to meet about 50% on daily spike. And if there's no resistance, it's going to be difficult to predict actions. And since we don't have a lot of play in this week, a lot of people like to short something that it barely missed the criteria. And if the stock did not go their way, they would like to add. So when the stock didn't perform the criteria you wanted, and you are so desperate want money from the market, then the market is definitely gonna go the opposite way that you're expecting. Don't trade a ticker that didn't meet the criteria you're expecting, because especially in November and December, we're going to get a lot of hype, a lot of supernovas going on. So once you trade all those bad criteria pattern and it will give you a really bad habit, there's going to be one day that stock just blows you up your mind and you're going to end up taking a huge loss. Don't trade something that didn't meet your criteria perfectly, especially in November and December. And once the stock is having a lot more volume and compared to yesterday's resistance, then don't trade something like that as well, because it will start to get crowded. Other than that, I think I did pretty good this week. I think I made, I forgot about that, 17,000 on Tuesday, lost 2,000 on Wednesday, didn't trade on Thursday, and lost about 3,000 today. Because I lost 3,000 MBLN. If it's been 2 years ago, I would just keep fighting the stock because there's a lot of resistance and we'll get chopped around, taking small losses here or there. That's what I used to do. Now I have learned if I made any mistakes and the bond stock gets choppy, I avoid as much as possible for those tickers, and because they really can screw you emotionally and giving you really bad habits. So that'll be the video lessons for all. And the market is coming back a little bit. It's better than last week. Hopefully you guys had a great week and enjoy the weekend.